GermFree back in 1962. I believe that his goal, in essence, was to build equipment that was going to allow him to do this research that was going to be for the betterment of mankind. My name is Ryan Henry, and I'm the Marketing and Product Segment Manager here at GermFree. But GermFree was actually founded in Miami, Florida. When Dr. Landy was working on his research in the early 60s, he found that the commercially available equipment that you could get was not sufficient to support the types of processes that he was envisioning. So he had to become an inventor to create his own hoods, his own containment devices, so that he was able to properly do his research. In the early 2000s, Dr. Landy was eyeing up retirement, and his son Pete had taken over day-to-day operation of the business. He had a desire to expand the company, and the physical footprint of where they were in Miami at the time wasn't going to allow for that. So he was looking for a new location where he would be able to expand production. And they already had begun production of some more high containment products for government applications. But that industry really took off after 9/11 because of the need for more chemical, biological protections and testing from the US government, and then ultimately from international governments. So that's really a product line that expanded the scope of what GermFree was at that point. There became a real need, especially in the biocontainment world, to have mobile laboratories. Laboratories that could be brought to a site where they needed to be able to have that capacity, in a non-central location. But a more extreme example, and something that was very wild to see, was a laboratory that we had installed in Singapore back in 2012. It made the national news because it was the first in the region to isolate and identify the SARS-CoV-2 virus. And one of the coolest projects that we've had recently is developing these desiccator boxes that are actually supporting rocks that are brought back from the moon, and that ultimately that will be samples that are being brought back from Mars. And what's really cool about this is what NASA needs is a controlled environment that not only is completely contained in the highest level of containment, because we have no idea what we're bringing back, but also has to be able to preserve these essentially priceless artifacts in pristine condition. Over the years, in the last 61 years that we've been doing this, I feel like every subsequent invention, every subsequent innovation has been a stepping stone towards a grander version of that original vision. We're supporting public health, we're supporting research, we're supporting patients and doctors and the most cutting edge biotechnology in the world. We're helping to researchers who are working to prevent the next pandemic, researchers who are trying to cure cancer and any other number of currently incurable diseases. So I think that now in 2023, that we still have the original spirit of what Dr. Landy set out to do, and that the next 60 years of the company look bright, because now I think we're going to have the resources to really continue to expand on that original vision.